I want to see my students become the next generation of leaders in public policy. But I want them to be the generation that is really able to speak truth to power, that is really able to see innovation, because we've prepared them better than we were prepared ourselves. Janet Mason, take one. I teach a course on implementing public policy. It's the hands-on, the what it's really like course. And it isn't so much that it's just a bunch of war stories. The students love the war stories, but it's really, this is why things happen the way they do, and this is how you need to think about the whole world of policy if you want to get things done that you think are important. For the first 5 years that I taught at the school, I was still in the Ontario government working. I was on the Mayor's Task Force on Toronto Community Housing. So I do a fair bit of work in housing and homelessness because it was the area where it seemed to me government could do the most and was doing the least. There isn't really a secret to making positive change in government, but it's not easy to do because the machinations of government will carry on and roll you over. If you don't understand the political landscape, you won't be able to communicate with decision makers and you won't be effective in a decision-making environment. And government is not an advocacy environment, it's a decision-making environment. And therefore you have to understand the context within which these decisions are made. I prepare my students to become leaders by introducing them to how policy is formulated and what the barriers are to change. Because if you don't understand what those barriers are, you're just going to be hitting your head against them all the time. So having students just think that way as they head into their careers, I think is what they really need to create real change. Oh, my go-to guilty pleasure, well, I have a lot. A glass of wine at 5 o'clock, chocolate chip cookies, bag of chips. My first celebrity crush was when I was 12 years old and I fell in love with John Lennon. My favorite way to spend a day off is to go on a hike. I'm right now reading a book called Children of Ash and Elm, which is a history of the Viking Age. I've been binge watching Borgen, which is a show about the Danish political system. It's kind of like a West Wing set in Denmark. My favorite podcast is Film Spotting. I don't watch a ton of movies, but I love movie reviews. My favorite board game is, oh God, what's it called? It has a trivia section, you make things with dough, it has a picture section, it has an act out section. Cranium.